first of all we'll define internal combustion engine. An engine in which the fuel combustion process takes place inside the engine cylinder is known as an internal combustion engine. The IC engine has the capability to use gasoline, diesel fuel, hydrogen, methane, and propane gas fuel as a working fluid. The first commercially successful internal combustion engine was created by Eddy and Lenoir around 1860, and the first modern internal combustion engine, known as the Otto engine, was created in 1876 by Nikolaus Otto. Now let's understand the different parts of IC engine. Cylinder block. This is the main supporting structure which holds the other components together. Cylinder is a space in which the piston makes reciprocating motion. Cylinder head, a platform containing most of the parts of the combustion chamber. Piston, the part of the engine that moves up and down in the cylinder, converting the gasoline into motion. Piston rings. The rings seal the compression gases above the piston, keep the oil below the piston rings. Connecting rod. It is a metal rod which connects the piston and the crankshaft. It transmits the power on piston to the crankshaft. Crankshaft. Crankshaft is a component which enclosed in the crankcase and converts the reciprocating motion of piston to the rotary motion of output shaft. Crankcase. The crankcase is the housing at the bottom of the engine that surrounds the crankshaft. Inlet and exhaust valves. The valves provided in the cylinder head to regulate the flow of working fluid into the cylinder and expelling of combustion products to the atmosphere. Crank pin. A pin by which a connecting rod is attached to a crank. Inlet manifold and exhaust manifold. The air-fuel mixture are drawn into cylinder through inlet manifold, while exhaust manifold is the pipe which connects exhaust system to the exhaust valves. The products of combustion like carbon dioxide, NOx, etc. escape into atmosphere through exhaust manifold. Spark plug. It is the component of spark ignition engine to initiate the combustion process. It is usually located at cylinder head. For diesel engine, injector is used and also called as compression ignition engine. In diesel engine ignition, the necessary high temperature is produced by compressing air in the cylinder, and the heat of this compression air is used to ignite the fuel. Throughout the many changes and innovations in automotive and engine design, one thing has remained a constant: the design of two-stroke and four-stroke engines. While you may have heard of these types of engines before, you may be asking yourself what the difference is between them. Let's differentiate between two- and four-stroke engine. The main difference between a four-stroke engine and a two-stroke engine is that a two-stroke engine goes through two stages, or one complete revolution, to complete one power stroke, while a four-stroke engine goes through four stages, or two complete revolutions, to complete one power stroke. This means a two-stroke engine can potentially produce twice as much power as a four-stroke engine, and also weigh less. Let's see in details about the strokes in two- and four-stroke engines. Two-stroke engine. A two-stroke engine combines the compression and ignition steps on the upstroke, the power and exhaust steps on the downstroke. This process requires fewer moving parts for easier maintenance, but it does provide less torque. The two-step process includes: step number 1, upstroke ignition compression. The piston goes up, air and fuel enter the crankcase. The fuel-air mixture is compressed and ignited. Step number 2, downstroke power exhaust. Once the fuel is ignited, the piston is pushed down, and the exhaust is expelled. Now have a look on four-stroke engine. Four-stroke engines are fuel-efficient and environmentally friendly. They operate in 4 steps. Step number 1, intake. The intake valve is open, and fuel is drawn in with a downward stroke. Step number 2, compression. As the piston moves upward, the fuel is compressed. Step number 3, power stroke or combustion stroke. After the fuel is compressed, it is ignited to produce the engine's power. Step number 4, exhaust. The exhaust valve opens, and the exhaust gases exit the cylinder. Both engine types have their pros and cons, and the one that will work best for you depends on the needs of your application. While 4-stroke engines perform well and generally last longer than 2-stroke engines, 2-stroke engines are lighter and faster than 4-stroke engines. Thanks for watching the video. For more videos, subscribe to my channel.